I want us to do some of our story problems together. So if you don't have page 293 out with a pencil, go ahead and get that out now. We'll do some of these together. So on page 293, the directions are make a drawing, write an equation, solve the problem. So for these, I think the easiest way to make a drawing is to do a math mountain, because if you do a math mountain, you can realize if you have to add or subtract. Remember, in math mountains, your total is going to be at the top, and then you have two parts. If you know both the parts, you can add them together and get the total. If you know the total and only one of the parts, you can subtract a bigger number minus a smaller number to get the other one. So let's use that for most of them, and let's figure out what we need to do. Let's look at number 1. Lucero spills a bag of marbles. 219 fall on the floor. 316 are still in the bag. How many were in the bag in the beginning? Now, if it asks you about at the start, at the beginning, you don't have the total. That is your unknown. That's the I don't know box. He spilled 219, and he still has 316 in the bag. That's your picture. Now, set up an equation, and you can set it up going up and down. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. So, 219 plus 316 will get us our total. Let me move that out of the way for a little bit. 9 plus 6 in our ones place, 15. 5 ones, 1 10. 1, 2, 3 tens. 2 plus 3 makes 5 hundreds. Our answer is 535 marbles. Good job. All right, let's go to another problem. Let's go to number 4. Charlie the Clown gives out 842 balloons at the fun fair. He gives out 194 at the store. He gives out 367 at the playground. How many more balloons? There was a clue right there. How many more, how many less? Tells you you're going to subtract. How many more balloons does he give out at the fun fair than at the playground? Now, they're trying to trick you. Look at that second sentence. He gives out 194 at the store. Do you need to know that? No. Mark it out. Here's what I did. I even marked it out on my paper. I don't need it. There we go. So, what do I know? He gives out 842 at the fun fair. And then he gives out 367 on the playground. And our question is, how many more than at the fun fair than the playground? Now that's a difference between a big number and a small number. So that tells us our equation, we are going to subtract. So I'm going to take the numbers and I'm going to subtract. Here we go. 2 minus 7. I can't do it. Go next door. Take 1, give 10. Now I've got enough ones. 12 minus 7 equals 5. In my tens place, I have 3 tens minus 6 tens. I can't do it. I go next door. Take 1, give 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 minus 6 is 7. And 7 hundredths minus 3 hundredths is 4. My answer is 475 balloons. All right. Go ahead and turn the page. You can come back to the other ones later. Turn the page. Let's do number 5. Number 5. Damon collects stamps. He has 383 stamps. Then he buys 126 more at a yard sale. How many does he have now? We started with this number, and then he added this. I don't know how many he has altogether. Here we go. 383, 126. This is my picture. So now, if I have both parts, I'm going to add. There's my equation. 3 plus 6 equals 9. 8 tens plus 2 tens equals 10. So I'm going to transfer that over, and if I have 10 tens, I've got 100. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. Your answer is 509 stamps. All right, last one, and then you're on your own. Let's go to number 8. And remember, anytime you can pause the video and then restart it. Number 8. Number 8, they're also trying to trick you. You need to be reading very carefully. It's a two-step problem. Cora collected 542 sports cards last year. She collected 247 fewer than that this year. Do you know how many she has this year? No. It just says fewer. How many cards did she collect in both years? Well, first I have to figure out how many she collected this year. So here was my picture. 542 last year, and it said she had fewer, 247 fewer, but I don't know how many. So to find this answer, I only have one of the parts. I'm going to subtract my big number minus a small number. Here I go. 542 minus 247. Here we go. 2 minus 7, I can't do it. Go next door. Take 1, give 10. 12 minus 7 equals 5. 3 minus 4, I can't do it. Go next door. Take 1, give 10. 13 minus 4 is 9, and 4 minus 2 is 2. You're not done yet. That is 295. Now, look at my paper. Here, I solved this problem, 295, but now I have to take my last year's total with this year's total. Let's do that next. So now that I know what last year's total was, no, this year's total, I'm going to add in last year's, sorry. Now I have to add those two together. So on this one, you actually have two equations. The first one, we subtracted to figure out how many sports cards she had this year, and now we have to add last year and this year. So you're going to take this answer and put it in right there. Here we go. It's 295 plus 542. 5 plus 2 is 7 ones. 9 plus 4 is 13. 5, 6, 7, 8. So both years she collected 837 cards.